Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to track Stripe payments and send emails to customers automatically. So I run a business where I want to create record for the new payment received from Stripe and send thank you emails. So here my objective is, as soon as I receive a new payment over the Stripe, I am going to create record in Google Sheet and send thank you email. So for building this integration, I am going to use an amazing automation tool, that is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to build this automation, then let me take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I am going to show you how you can add Stripe order details to the Google Sheet and send thank you emails via Gmail. So right before you on my screen, you can see I have integrated 3 applications, that is Stripe, Google Sheet and Gmail. And now I am going to show you how you can build this amazing automation for enhancing your own business. So for that, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. But before building this automation, I am going to show you the real working of this automation. So for that, let's move on to my Stripe checkout page, where I am going to buy this product, that is round neck t-shirt. So now I am going to fill this details over here. So the first field I am getting for entering my email address. So here I am going to enter my email address as smartuser@pabblytudes.com, and afterwards I am going to enter my phone number. Now from here we have to select the product. So now let's say I am going to select this product, that is red round neck t-shirt, and afterwards it is asking me to enter my first name. So now I am going to enter my first name Smart and last name as user. So here we are done with our name also. Now I am going to enter my payment method. So now I am going to provide my card details over here. So here I have provided my card details. Now I am going to enter my card holder name as Smart User, and afterwards I am going to enter my address over here. So here you can see I have entered my address, providing my address with the city, state and the pin code. Now we simply have to click over this pay button, and here you can see as I have selected this button, my payment has been done. So now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see this is the Google Sheet I have created named as Stripe Records, and here I am successfully receiving the data, that is full name Smart User, email smartuser@pabblytudes.com, and my full address including my street address, city, state and the pin code. So this shows that our first step of automation is working properly and we are receiving the data successfully. Now let's move on to my Gmail account to check whether I am receiving an email over there or not. So here you can see in my Gmail account I am successfully receiving this email having the subject thank you for your purchase, and here I am getting the same name which we have recently entered over our checkout page while making the payment in the Stripe. So here you can see the automation I have built in is working properly. So you can also build an amazing automation like this for enhancing your own business by using Pabbly Connect, and we can build this automation without even a single word coding. So for accessing the Pabbly Connect, you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/connect, and once you will enter the URL, you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly, and here you can see we are getting 2 options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user, you can simply click over this sign in. And if you sign up your account for free over the Pabbly Connect, you get 100 free tasks every month for practicing Pabbly Connect. But before moving on forward, I am going to tell you about Pabbly Community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly Community, where automation users, marketers and business owners gather to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant updates regarding using the Pabbly application. So you can also join Pabbly Community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly Community, you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here I am going to simply click over this sign in, and once you finish your sign up, you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page where you can see the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to integrate some applications, we will be using this Pabbly Connect app which can integrate different applications and start automating your work. So for accessing this, we simply have to click over this access now button, and we will be landed to the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, which is going to automate our all tasks. So in this dashboard page, you can see these are the folders I have created, and inside these folders I have created my workflows. So if you also want to create your own folder, you simply have to click over this create a new folder button, and here you have to provide the folder name, and if you want, you can select the parent folder as well. And afterwards you simply have to click over this create button and your folder will be created. And now I am going to create a workflow by integrating Stripe, Google Sheet and Gmail. So for that you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and here you will be getting the option for selecting the workflow builder. So here we are getting two workflow builder, that is beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So for that you simply have to click over this select button, and here you have to provide the workflow name. So now I am going to provide a name to my workflow, that is track Stripe payments and send emails to customers automatically. And afterwards I am going to select my folder as automation, and afterwards you simply have to click over this create button, and here you can see we are receiving this pop-up which says workflow created successfully, and we are landed to a workflow page where we are getting the option for adding the trigger. So now you might be thinking, what is this trigger? So trigger is our first application, or the application which is going to initiate a workflow. So in this case I want to initiate my workflow as soon as I receive a new payment over my Stripe. So here I am going to select my trigger app as Stripe. So for that you simply have to click over this add trigger button, and here you will be getting this trigger setup page where I am going to search for the Stripe, as I am going to select it as my trigger app. So here you can see I am getting this application, so I am going to select it, and afterwards I am going to select my app event as new charge. Now we simply have to click over this connect button, and here you can see we are receiving this webhook URL with the steps for pasting this webhook URL in Stripe account. So this is the webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge between Stripe and Pabbly Connect. So for building the connection, let's copy this webhook URL and let's move on towards my Stripe account. So here you can see I'm landed to my Stripe account, where on the sidebar you can see the option of developers. So you just have to select it, and afterwards you simply have to click over this webhooks, and you will be landed to the webhooks page of my Stripe. And here you can see in this page I am getting the option for adding the destination, so I am going to select it. And here you can see I'm working in test mode and but the working will be same in the live mode also. And afterwards we are getting the option for selecting the event. So here I am going to select my event as charge, and on this charge I am going to select my event as charge.succeeded, as I want to initiate my workflow or my Stripe as soon as my charge is succeeded. Now we just have to click over this continue button, and afterwards we simply have to click over this continue button again, and in the dialog box of endpoint URL you have to enter the webhook URL which you have recently received from Pabbly Connect. So here I have pasted it, and if you want you can provide the description as well. Now we simply have to click over this create destination, and our webhook will be added to the Stripe account, and here you can see my webhook has been added to my Stripe account. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here you can see it is waiting for the webhook response. So for providing the webhook response we have to do the test submission, and for doing the test submission we have to make a payment. So for making the payment you just have to go to payment links, and you will be getting some payments link, and you just have to copy the URL and paste it to the new tab, and you will be getting the checkout page. Now let's say I'm going to make a payment for this legal services. So now let's copy the URL and let's paste it to the new tab. So here I have pasted my URL, and here we are landed to the checkout page. So now again I'm going to fill this checkout page. So here you can see I have provided my email address as demouser@pabblytudes.com. Here I have provided my phone number, and I have provided my payment details as well, and afterwards I have provided my card holder name as demo user, and here I have provided my address. Now we just have to make the payment, and here you can see our payment has been successful. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see I am successfully receiving this response, that is response A, with the same details which we have recently entered over our Stripe while making the payment. So with this we are done with the trigger setup. Now we just have to add some action steps. So for that you simply have to click over this add new action step button, and you will be landed to this action setup page where I am going to select my action app as Google Sheet, and afterwards I am going to select my app event as add new row. Now we just have to click over this connect button, and here we are landed to the connection page. So if you want to build a new connection you can simply select it, and here you have to sign up with your Google account, but I am going to use my existing connection. So here you have to simply click over this save button, and here our connection has been saved successfully. And as I have built in my connection I am getting some of the fields. So the first field I am getting for selecting the spreadsheet, which is already selected as my spreadsheet where I want to save my data. So here you can see this is my spreadsheet named as Stripe records where I am going to save the data, and here it is already selected, and afterwards we are getting some of the fields. So now I'm not going to manually enter the data over here, as I am going to perform the mapping. Now you might be thinking, what is this mapping? So mapping is basically inserting the data from the previous step so that you don't have to enter your values again and again, as mapping makes the field dynamic, and this is the real work of automation. automations. So now I'm going to map all these fields from the response which I'm receiving from my Stripe. So now let's select it, and afterwards I'm going to search for the name. So now let's type name over here, and here you can see I'm getting the full name, so I'm going to map it, and this field will be dynamic, means this is not going to change with every new responses. And afterwards I'm going to map the email address. So now let's search for the email which can be seen here, and afterwards I'm going to map my full address. So now let's search for the address. So here you can see I'm getting my street address, so I'm going to map it, and afterwards I'm going to search for the city. So here I'm getting my city as well, and now I'm going to enter my state as well. So here you can see I'm getting the state. So here you can see I'm getting my state. So here I have mapped it as well. Now we just have to click over the save and send test request, and here you can see we are receiving a positive response which demonstrate that we might have built in the connection. So now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see in my Google Sheet I am successfully receiving my full name, that is demo user, email demoUser@pabblytunes.com, and my full address as well. So here you can see the first step of our automation is working properly. So now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect and add one more action step, that is for sending thank you emails to our customers. So for that again you have to click over this add new action step button, and here I am going to select my action app as Gmail and app event as send email. Now again we have to click over this connect button, and if you want to build your new connection, again you have to sign up with your Google account for building the new connection, but I am going to use my existing connection. So now let's click over this save button, and here you can see I'm getting some of the fields again. So the first field I'm getting is for entering the sender's name. So now I'm going to enter my sender's name manually, and this field will be static, means it is not going to change with every new responses. And the next field I'm getting is for sender's email address, which is already entered as my email address. Now I'm getting the field that is recipient's email address. So now I'm going to map it from the response. So now let's search for the email. So here you can see I'm getting my email, so I'm going to map it, and afterwards we are getting the field that is CC and BCC. So if you want to send your email to multiple recipients, you can add the CC and BCC as well. Now I'm going to provide my email subject over here. So here you can see I have provided my email subject. Now I am going to provide my email content in the next field. So here you can see I have entered my email content, and after this word hi I am going to map the name of my customers. So now let's search for the name. So now I am going to search for the name. So here you can see I'm getting the name, so I'm going to map it. So with this we are done with our email content also. Now I'm getting the field that is email content type, which is already selected as plain, but you can select HTML as well. And afterwards we are getting some of the fields which are not necessary. So I'm going to simply click over the save and send test request, and here you can see again we are receiving a positive response which demonstrate that we might have built in the connection. So for testing this, let's move on to my Gmail account. So here you can see in my Gmail account I am successfully receiving this email that is having the same subject, that is thank you for purchase, which we have recently entered in our Pabbly Connect, and here I am getting the same name which we have recently entered while making the payment in the Stripe, and we have mapped this for saving the data in the Google Sheet as well as for sending the emails. So here you can see by the help of Pabbly Connect I can send personalized emails to my customers for enhancing their experience, and these emails will be sent to every customer whoever make a payment. So here you can see how amazing our Pabbly Connect is. It is automating your all tasks, whether it is saving the data or sending emails to your customers. So you can also use Pabbly Connect for automating your all tasks and enhancing your business. So what are you waiting for? Start using Pabbly Connect now, and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations like this. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe our channel, and if you want to practice this workflow, you can find its link in the description given below, and if you have any doubt you can post it over the comment section. So thank you for watching this video. Not only this automation, you can build many more integrations like this by just using Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can post it over the forums.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Connect for free now.